Welcome back, trackside. Once again, race fans here to the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. The Western Grinding Road Series fires things off once again. Here in these GT3 machines, we're going to crown a champion here tonight from above the border. That's right, the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park on tap. 28 laps around this 2.4 mile track. Driver's going to be tested around the 10-turn road course here in Canada. The Canadian Grand Prix ready to roll off right after qualifying. Beautiful day here in sunny Canada. What a day for a race. We're going to get these GT3 machines out on track for qualifying, and we're going to bring you some of those timing and scoring charts once they begin to lay down those time lapse. There you can see timing and scoring already getting ready for these drivers to put in those time lapse. Want to talk a little bit about the point standings, but first, how you doing? How you feeling out there in TV Land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, David the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. 28 laps around this 10-turn a road course. A little bit of a breezy run here. A lot of these corners, not so much I want to say not as technical as some of the corners that we seen last week at Barber Motorsports Park. So look for speeds to be a little bit higher here tonight at Mosport, the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Nobody turning in a time lap just yet. So we got a little bit of time. So what do you say we go ahead and talk about some of these point standings coming into tonight's race? Kevin Santana. Dominating performances in these GT3 machines. Ran well in the GT4s as well. Walked away with the GT4 4-week mini season championship. And Santana looks to wrap up the 4-week GT3 championship as well, setting himself up for a good run at that overall championship. We'll see if he can get the job done in the LPM2s coming at you next Thursday night. But first, we gotta crown the kings here in the GT4s. Or GT3s, I apologize. GT4s were the first 4 weeks. We'll get it right, we promise. So as our music has faded away, in the background, we've got a handful of drivers laying down some time lapse. What do you say we drop that timing and scoring? There you can see French Redneck right here in the field here tonight. The 64 going to join us on track. Frenchie here as well. A little bit of a French connection going on above the border. And let's be honest, I have no idea if this is in the French-Canadian area of Canada or not. So, yeah, we apologize on that one. Over 20 drivers scheduled to make a start here tonight from the Canadian Motorsports Tire Park. Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. There you go. We'll get it right. The Canadian Grand Prix, 28 laps. It looks like there's no real dominant car out there. I mean, the field definitely dominated by those Scuderia Ferrari GT3 machines. But front of this field, we've got BMWs, we've got the Mercedes, the Ferraris. Gotta go all the way back to 13th to find your only Lamborghini in the field. That's right, Fast Freddy in that 74 machine. Gonna be slotted in 13th right now. Still a handful of drivers yet to put in their time lapse. And while we're here in this qualifying session, do want to send a big shout out to one of the drivers returning to the track. Not going to put too much out there, but had a little bit of a, we'll call it a rough go a handful of days ago. Glad to see him back out there on the track. BC, glad to see you back behind the wheel. Hope you have a good evening here tonight. Welcome back to the track at N94 Scuderia Ferrari. Richard Vanderhaven rounding out your top 10 of the points. He's got an opportunity here tonight. If he picks up a around 10 to 15 points, he has the opportunity to possibly catapult himself all the way to the top five finishing spot in the championship standing. So we're going to keep our eye on some of that as that continues to unfold here tonight. Ethan Wilson, David Tamara, that's where a big battle for season standings are concerned. We promise we can spit it out. We can talk tonight. We know we can. That's going to be for the third spot in the championship standings. And what you know, look at the timing and scoring, race fans. That 0-14 and the 49 right there with each other, third and fourth for the start of tonight's race. Johan Wilson also inside of your top 10 in the point standings. He's got an opportunity to possibly run up there to third as well if he's got a superb night, and Tamara and Wilson have some trouble. So there's a lot of moving parts and pieces all the way from third, basically all the way back to about ninth in the point standing. So anybody's game right here, but it's gonna be Kevin Santana more than likely wrapping this thing up with yet another season championship coming into tonight's race. 19 points ahead of Gary Bass, and Bass not in the field here, so unfortunately he's not going to gain any spots here tonight. So the point standings a bit fluid coming into the week 4 championship race here. You're watching the Canadian Grand Prix. Track has fallen silent with just a handful of moments remaining here in qualifying. Drivers will receive a bit of time to get out there on the track and try to shake down the cars one final time before heading off into race trim. And with just a handful of moments remaining, quick time here in qualifying belongs to the 29 of Sheldon Stingray. That's right, Sheldon sitting in 5th in the point standings with a good run here tonight. Looks like he's going to grab a bonus point or two. It's not going to be official yet. We've got about 2 minutes remaining here in qualifying before we make this official, but Sheldon looks to walk away with his first pole position. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Hopefully we had the mic muted for that sneeze. We do apologize if you caught the tail end of that one. A little bit of pollen in the air around the track, messing with the sinuses a little bit, but we're going to get through tonight's race. Newcomer tonight, slotting in that 10th starting position, the 64 of French Redneck. That's right, you heard it right. I don't make this up. It's right there, I promise you. Charlie Mace, another newcomer to the field, sporting his BMW GT3 machine, the 951, looks to start tonight's race, but he's going to slot all the way back around that 20th starting position. So Mace, without putting down a time lap here in qualifying, looks like he will begin his debut from the rear. Less than 60 seconds remain, and only Frenchie out on track. The 46 is going to have to put in a blazing fast lap if he wants to take away the pole position from the 29 of Sheldon. Up there at the top of the speed charts, a 1:15.34 is your qualifying time set by Stingray. And it looks like that's going to be it. That's going to be over with. It's all said and done. Sheldon Stingray. Some great championship action here with the Thursday night series brought to you by Western Grinding and Woman Business.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air gave proof
Mic check, and oh my goodness, we've run through so much here tonight with audio problems. We do apologize to everybody out there in TV Land, race fans. Oh my goodness, big shout out to somebody out there bringing it to our attention. We do appreciate the help there. Unfortunately, it was one of the drivers that is unfortunately out of tonight's race, walking away from the track. Going to look to be somewhere around that 16th position when he walks away here tonight from the Canadian Grand Prix. Kevin Santana going to finish back in 16th. A tough run here tonight, but Santana will indeed walk away with the GT3 championship, the 4-week mini season going back into his back pocket. And again, we do apologize for all of the audio issues. We thought we had everything worked out, but unfortunately, just sometimes that's how it goes. And well, fix it on the fly. We've got 17 laps remaining in your championship race here tonight from the Canadian Motorsports Tire Park. And man, where to begin? So much to recap, so much to go over. We started tonight's race with 22 drivers. Only 20 made the starting grid. We are now down to just 13 drivers left on the lead lap. Early trouble here tonight for Kevin Santana, Carl Burke, Raymond Causey, Frenchie, and Fast Freddy. All going to make early exits here tonight in the 28th lap Canadian Grand Prix, race number 4 here in the 4-week GT3 mini season. We're going to kick things off in the LMP2s coming at you next week. Front of the field, though, your pole sitter, Sheldon Stingray, stepping away in charge and in command. Fastest lap of the race in his back pocket. Stingray looking good. Point standings pretty tight between a handful of these drivers from about 3rd all the way through 10th, with opportunities to gain quite a bit in the point standings. Outside shot that Ethan Wilson will be able to make up enough points with the race win to surpass Santana in the point standings. We're going to see if he's going to be able to get it done, but quite a big, tall task to ask. Looking around the track, gonna try to find some battles for you. And what do you say we go right here? This 3-car battle underway. Mark Axelson, Sharkey sitting in that 69 Ferrari machine in the 4th position. Johan Wilson and his BMW Autism Awareness GT3 sits in 5th with a French Redneck right behind him. Got that banana boat yellow Ferrari machine looking good. Pit stops now underway. Paul Dillon, Chris Llewellyn, Bull to pit road. Just a handful of laps before the halfway point, and it looks like we've got green flag pit stops. Biggest mover of the race. Let's go back to the 10th position right here. The man behind the wheel of this number 4 Scuderia Ferrari GT3 machine, Timothy Lewis. Up 10 positions from where he qualified, started all the way back in 20th, and now here he is running in 10th with a solid points day ahead of him. Oh, the 34 of Andy gonna have more issues coming to pit road after contact with some tire barriers earlier. The 34 gonna have more issues under braking, and he's gonna go around again. Looks like the 34 gonna head to pit lane. The French Redneck, Jeff Spotswood, Dean Miller, all to pit lane. Coming through turn number 10. The number 4 will stay out on track. He's going to pick up a handful of positions once again, now knocking on the door of a top 5. He'll roll off in 7th, but fresh tires coming off of pit road right behind the 64. halfway point underway right here, right now with the Canadian Grand Prix. You're watching the Worn Out Racers Western Grinding Thursday Night Road Course Series. 12 weeks of great road course action, 4 weeks in the GT4s, 4 weeks in the GT3s. And we will cap it off with those LMP2 machines coming at you next week. That's right, we're going to crown a champion here tonight from the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. With 13 laps remaining, the majority of the front of the field has made their way to pit road. Stingray, Tamara, Axelson, Wilson, all to pit lane. This time by, that's going to leave your race leader, new race leader. For the first time here tonight, Ethan Wilson's going to take that top spot away. Bender will stay out on track. Timothy Lewis, what will the 4 do? And he's going to jump to pit lane. You're going to watch that 4 head down to pit road. So he's not going to pick up any more positions. French Redneck going to make his way by. 64 looking for some positions. We're going to go back to race leader. Here he is, Ethan Wilson, with almost a 20-second advantage over second place. We're going to look back now, 28 seconds to Sheldon Sting right here. So with the pit road delta being right around that 38-second mark, I don't know, this long run here. He's going to stay out just one extra lap. I believe it's just one extra lap of Wilson to pit road this time by. The 109 looking to inherit the race lead. He's got himself an 8-second advantage over Stingray right now. Your pole sitter, the 29 dominating here tonight early. Will not lead every lap, but he's going to look to get back to the front of the field. That gap dissipating quickly as through turn number 10. Sheldon rolls. He's going to get back on the gas, utilize a little bit of the curbing. He's going to get by Bender. And Wilson exiting. It's going to be close. Tight race off of pit road. Tight race off of pit road. And Sheldon Stingray will reassume the race lead, but Ethan Wilson right there behind him. This is the closest Wilson has been in a handful of laps. Will the colder tires warm up fast enough for Wilson to be able to stay in touch, to possibly make a move for the race lead? We're going to find out here over the course of these next 12 laps. What a pit stop exchange for your race leaders and Wilson's crew, getting the job done when he needed them to. A full second faster in the pit box. That's going to equate to 1.2 seconds faster on the pit road delta. Ethan Wilson closing in, and he is there. So as your top two continue this battle, we're going to watch the timing and scoring, but let's jump back here to this battle underway between Bender and Jeff Spotswood. These two drivers have been tangling with each other all night long. Bender with a little bit of a rough go moments ago. He's going to drop from third all the way back to this 7th position. I've seen him have a big moment trying to recover here. 83 looking for position on the 109. That's going to be 7th and 8th battling on the racetrack. James Schultz going to have some more issues. He's going to head off the track once again. The 69 of Mark Axelson. Axelson going to have an off-track moment. Let's go take a look at the runoff here by that 69 machine. They're running just a little bit wide, and he'll keep his foot on the gas. Spread a little grass on the asphalt. No harm, no foul. Axelson going to keep it headed in the right direction as we continue to watch this battle unfold between Bender and Spotswood. One of your closest battles on track. Coming to just 10 to go. We're going to jump a little further through the field. Battle ensues between Wilson and Redneck. Are we allowed to say that? Are we covered on that one too? Are we? Are you sure? You're not sure? Oh. Well, looking over at the producers for a little bit of answers here, trying to make sure nobody gets in trouble for any type of wordings and things of that nature. You know how things can be sometimes, and we're gonna call them red for right now, just to make sure we're okay and safe. So red inside of that bright banana boat, or bright. I can't. Oh man, we'll try that again. Red in that bright banana boat yellow number 64 Scuderia Ferrari GT3 machine sitting in the 4th position. Looking to try to run down that 014 of David Tamara, but Tamara's BMW 5.2 seconds out ahead in the final spot on the podium here tonight. Tamara needed a good run. Came into tonight's race sitting in 4th in the overall point standings, looking to try to gain some ground on Ethan Wilson in the point standings, but Wilson now sitting in that 2nd spot. He's in the catbird seat with early trouble from Kevin Santana. Big time points implications with 9 laps remaining. We're going to find out who's going to hoist that season hardware in just less than 30 laps, less than 25 laps, less than 25 miles. 25 miles, yeah, 25 miles. We're going to go with 25 miles, and we're going to keep it moving now. Mark Axelson and Richard Van der Have bolt to pit road, 12th and 13th on track. They're going to head to pit road this time around as drivers continue to have some issues here tonight. Andy going to get by Axelson. That's going to be for 11th position. James Schultz going to go by Chris Llewellyn for 14th. Things spreading out at the front of this field. Sheldon Stingray, your race leader, dominating performance, started all with the pole position. He's got the fastest lap of the race, and he's going to walk away with the most laps led across the line. And this time by the 29. Absolutely spot on here tonight. Over a 2-second advantage back to the man running in second, Ethan Wilson. And that Western Grinding number 49 machine has ran well all evening long, up 2 positions from where he qualified. Wilson sits in second. David Tamara in his autism awareness BMW machine. No, I'm sorry. That's going to be Paul Dillon, I believe, a little bit further in the field. David Tamara right here on screen. We do apologize about the mix-up there. Tamara and that 014 BMW GT3 machine for entry behind him with Johan Wilson right here. That's Wilson and that Autism Awareness BMW GT3. So a lot of racing action coming up over the next handful of weeks. We're going to have drivers looking to begin their run at a championship in the LMP2 machines. That's right, we're going to fire things off next Thursday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We're going to hit WeatherTech Raceway. That's right, Laguna Seca on tap to open up the season for the LMP2 machines. Then we're going to head off to Akiyama International Circuit, Road America, and Daytona International Speedway. We'll finish things off the Mini Rolex. We'll cap off our season championship, our overall season championship as well. So coming up in just 4 weeks, we will crown 2 more champions. final handful of laps and we'll continue through the running order. Let's go back and highlight this man right here. Gotta give a big shout out and big props to the man behind the wheel of this number 4 machine. Started all the way back in the 20th position, and here he is now running in 10th. Biggest mover of the night, up 10 positions from where he qualified. Timothy Lewis on a good run here tonight in the Canadian Grand Prix. We'll have just 5 laps to go, this time by race leader. Smooth sailing here. He's going to head down the long straightaway and into the final few corners. Not a lot of battles really to speak of here tonight now, as Johan Wilson is still contending for positions with red in that 64 machine. Ferrari and the BMW continue to throw blows here as we've got a Ferrari and BMW battle a little further back from there. Let's take a look at this one involving the number 5 machine of Dean Miller. There you can see Paul Dillon just out in front, the 113 of Dillon, trying to keep that BMW machine inside of the top 10. Fastest lap of the race going to be turned in once again by your race leader out front, showing the way by 4 seconds now. Sheldon Stingray going to lay down a 1:15.23. That is over a 10th faster than the pole position time. Stingray quick in qualifying and quick here in race trim. Less than 15 miles of racing action remain as we cross the line this time around. The number 29 going to bring us down to just 4 laps to go. Miller continuing to close in on Dillon. Will he be able to close in and take the position away? We're going to stay right here with your closest battle on track, keeping our eye all the battle up there, 4th and 5th right now, and it looks like red has begun to step away from that 44 of Wilson. The Canadian Tire Motorsports Park has caused a little bit of problems for a handful of drivers here tonight. Early exits for Fast Freddy, Frenchie, Raymond Gauzy, Carl Burke. How about Kevin Santana with issues tonight? Chris Llewellyn with problems. Mark Axelson on pit road, still trying to fix his 69 machine. So with a heavily dominated field full of Ferraris, more than half of those Ferraris are on pit lane. Less than 10 miles remain now for your race leader out front by 4.5 seconds. The 29 shows the way. The 49 of Ethan Wilson right there sitting in second. David Tamira sits in third. Finishing out your podium drivers here tonight is that 014 and a solid debut night for red in that 64 machine. He's going to run in a solid 4th position, up 6 spots from where he qualified here tonight. And we've got battles. Wilson able to get by that 64, bit of a moment there. For red, he's going to have an issue, and Wilson going to say, "Thank you, sir," and grab that spot away. And that's just how quick it can happen. Race fans here, road course racing, a beast unto itself, a whole different type of discipline, a whole different type of skill set. As we watch race leader come across the line, we'll see popsicle sticks on display. Just 2 laps to go. In tonight's Canadian Grand Prix, you're watching the Western Grinding Thursday Series. But as we were saying, a whole different animal is road course racing. I mean, you think about the oval racers. Oh, well, you're 3/10 back in there. Oh, man. That's okay, I got to find it somewhere. Here on in road racing, you can pick up 3/10 in a corner. If you have just an outstanding line at a good entry and exit, you're able to keep the power down, able to minimize the braking pressure and minimize the instability of the car at times. And your fellow competitors have a little bit of an off-track moment, or they brake a little too soon, or have a little bit of a brake lock-up. You're looking at anywhere from from a tenth to half a second advantage. Now, that's just one corner, so very easily to make up time and very easy to give up time. While road course racing coming around turn number 10, once again we'll cross the line, this time by white flag flies. Final lap as your race leader heads down into turn number 1. We'll watch him as he makes his way around the track for his final lap. Coming down into turn number 2, we'll see him enter the picture. And down the corner, sweeping left-hander into turn number 3, we roll. Sheldon Stingray still leads tonight's race here from the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Wilson right behind him, but unable to do anything about it. Into the Moss entry and out of the exit. Here we go. Half a lap remained for your race leaders, Sheldon Stingray and Ethan Wilson. Here we'll see Stingray go sliding by the camera down the long stretch into turn 7 and 8. As we roll, here is your race leader up into turn number 8. We'll come through the S's. And into the picture, race leader, final few corners here, and it has all come down to this. What a run here tonight, what a show for this man. Behind the wheel of the 29 Ferrari, grabbing the top spot across the line, Sheldon Stingray will win tonight's Canadian Grand Prix and walk away with his first checkered flag of the season. Ethan Wilson with a fine finish. He's going to come away with second. And David Tamira will finish out the field in third. Johan Wilson back in fourth. Red back in fifth. Debut night here for Red. What a run for Red. A little show of sportsmanship here as your top 3 all going to come together. Take a little photo opportunity here for some of the fans around the track. What a race. What a night. Absolutely phenomenal job by all of these drivers. We're going to try to find them, but there they are, a little bit out of screen. Can we get them? There they are. What a beautiful picture that is, race fans. So as these drivers take a moment to enjoy their finishes, we're going to take just a brief commercial break. Step away, head back trackside for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans, and we'll be right back. And back trackside at the conclusion of tonight's Canadian Grand Prix. What a run, what a race. We've seen passing at the front, passing in the mid pack, and passing at the back. What a run, what a race. Green flag pit stops almost gave us that big battle at the end of tonight's Canadian Grand Prix. But walking away with a checkered flag man at the front of the field was that 29 of Sheldon Stingray. We'll get to victory lane here in just a handful of moments. But first, let's see if we can't go have a few words with one of the drivers that walked away on the podium here tonight, finishing in third in the Canadian Grand Prix. Here tonight inside of his 014, David Tamir. It's Dave in the booth. You got us?
I got it.
Hey, it's the David Dave show. I kind of like this thing at the end. You got to finish in the podium a little more, man.
I'm trying, man.
Well, man, a heck of a race for you here tonight. You started from third. You're going to walk away third. A little bit of a heated battle there for moments for you. How were you able to navigate your way around the track and walk away with no incident points here tonight? No off tracks, no nothing. Nice, clean night for you in that BMW.
Yes. So I just been lucky going around clean. I let Ethan pass me on the first lap. I know him really fast, and I just drive it really fast as I can.
Well, you drove it fast enough to keep it on the track, which is always a key when road course racing. But now that we're going to finish things off here with the GT3 machines, first we visited the GT4s, now we're in the GT3s. It's going to end tonight with the Canadian Grand Prix. Next week, we're heading into the LMP2s. How you feeling about jumping into a new machine?
Oh, I love LMP2. Last season, I think I was pretty good in LMP2 around this guy, but looks like this season a lot of fast guy in the road race. So that's probably quite a good challenge.
Well, we'll see how well you're able to challenge everybody through the field. We're going to kick things off with some great racing action. 4 weeks coming up in those LMP2. So, David, we hope it plays into your talents, and we hope to catch up with you again in these post-race interviews. Before we let you go, though, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, maybe thank anybody back home?
Yeah, first of all, I'm gonna thank the Western Grinding for sponsoring this, and my wife and my daughter that watching me while doing the dinner thing, and of course you guys. Nice broadcast every time.
All right, well, man. Well, again, congratulations with your podium finish here tonight. We're going to see if we can't talk to you next week at Laguna Seca, but we'll see how it all goes down to those LMP2 machines. Until next time, my man, stay safe and keep it fast.
All right, see ya.
All right, there you have it. Final few words for the man that walked away third here tonight. He qualified from third, and you heard it himself. Tamir saying, just let the faster guy go at the beginning, kind of bide his time, race his way into a good finishing spot in a good points day for that 014 of Tamira. That's going to move us right along in the group and right along in the running order. Let's see if we can talk to, well, the official bridesmaid of the group here. Ethan, it's Dave. You got us?
Yeah, I got a copy on the booth.
And, well, we hate to say it, but, sometimes you just got to, I don't want to say call it like you see it, but you mentioned it yourself, so we're going to go ahead and call it out for you. Another second place finish. I know not necessarily happy about it, but still got to be pretty stoked about a solid points day.
You can never be disappointed about being on the podium. We're all looking to stand on this top step of the box, and there's no feeling like winning. You go racing, you put in your best effort, and you look for those moments when you can win. But another day, another great race for the Western Grinding Rentec Mercedes. Real pleased with how I ended up here second. I had a good, decent qualifying in fourth, so I had a shot at it. Got myself into third with tight race with David through the first couple of corners, and I kind of thought I'd be running third, but I got a run on six clutch there. He kind of blocked it out. He was able to get to the inside, get the position, was feeling pretty good about that. Figured he'd let his tires cool and come back after me. He did, but really, I guess today I had enough to stay in front of him, be second. It's a long race, so I've tried to pace it out. So I was kind of holding steady with Sheldon. It didn't really close it in. He ran into some little bit of lap traffic trouble and maybe a little slower pit stop than I was able to manage this time. I came out right on his tail. I gave it everything I had, but Sheldon really had the pace for me today, and so I'm just gonna tip my hat to Sheldon and say I'm real proud of my second place finish.
Yeah, Sheldon was on it here tonight. That pit stop, man. Your crew was on it a full second faster on pit lane. That translated into just about, I believe it was 1.2, 1.3 second pit road delta difference as well, and that put you right on his tail end. After that round of green flag pit stop, so a heck of a night for you, and I do believe you're gonna. If our math is right here, which we're not the stats guy, so don't quote me on this. It looks like you're going to walk away second in the GT3 Championship Series. Walking away second here tonight, but you're going to finish in second in the point standings as well. So as we move forward to the final leg next week, we begin the 4-week journey in the LPM, the LPM2s. Looking at the final 4-week mini season, how are you feeling about the LPM2s, and how are you feeling about your overall championship standings?
Well, yeah, there you go. Second in the race, second in the championship GT3. Hey, nothing to be ashamed about there. We're getting great entries, a lot of really fast guys. It's tough to be consistent enough to run right up there. The Western Grinding team, after, maybe losing it in the pits last week, we really went to worked on our pit stop. It was improved, but just did not have enough pace for Sheldon tonight. And so, from my fourth place start, going to be real proud of that second place finish on track, second place in the championship unofficially. Looking forward to the LMP2s. They're a faster car, they're an enclosed cockpit, they're really a neat piece of machinery. The aero is super critical on there, but I'm sure the Western Grinding crew will get that LMP2 car, the dollar all put together with Western Grinding, will be ready to go, and we'll be there at the next race.
All right, my man. Well, again, always a pleasure to catch up with you at the end of these things. So before we let you go, you know the drill, you know the rundown. So we're going to step back, and the mic is yours.
Okay, I got to, first I want to tip my hat off to Sheldon for an amazing run tonight. He started on pole. He led the most laps. He won the race. Congratulations. Also got to tip my hat to Kevin Santana, six clutch, for winning the GT3 championship. Some official thank yous and love yous for the sponsors, Western Grinding Service. They make the race possible. A great crew. They work hard to get me on track, and they sponsor the Turn 3 broadcast. So really pleased to have them on board. I got to thank Rentec. They prepare this Mercedes. Got some other special thank yous to throw out. I want to thank Hilton Chiropractic. They got my back all adjusted straight, so I'd be comfortable in the car. Domaine Chardonnay. They have the most beautiful boutique wines and a beautiful bread and breakfast out in Temecula. Highly recommend you visit them out there. A1 Auto Works. He tunes on my car, helps me at the track, and I can't forget Izzo Plumbing, Parmesan Paints, the whole crew at Worn Out Racers, and I want to thank all the competitors for being out here, and especially the admins at Worn Out Racers. Thanks a lot, guys, for putting on the races. Without admins, without a league, we wouldn't be able to put on a show for the fans. So thanks much, and of course, we're going to throw one out. Turn 3 Racing for the broadcast. Thank you very much for your efforts and entertaining the crowd there, Dave.
Oh, absolutely, man. I know we appreciate the kind words. I know all the admin sponsors and fellow competitors do as well. Always a class act, Ethan. So until next week, as always, stay safe and keep it fast.
You know what I say. It's only dirty if you don't wash it.
You know what? He always gets me with that. Every time he says it, I just want to laugh, and I tried to hold it in right there. Walking away from it. See, you got me. You got me again, Ethan. There you go. Walking away from the track here tonight to win that second position. Always a pleasure to catch up with and talk to and have a little conversations, whether it's pre-race or post-race. Ethan Wilson, fast as always, walks away second here tonight in the championship race from the from Canada Tire Motorsports Park. My goodness, struggling with the speech right now. Sheldon Stingray sitting in victory lane. Let's get to the moment. The man of the moment, the man of the hour right now, behind the wheel of that 29 Scuderia Ferrari, front of the field, checkered flag in hand. Sheldon, how you feeling about this race win? And we'll try it again. Sheldon, you got us? Oh, looks like we may have a little bit of audio problems and trouble. We're going to sit here for a second or two, see if we can't get this dialed up and fixed up. Sheldon and Dave, you got us?
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, always good when you get a win, but how do you feel about doing it in such dominating fashion? I mean, you walked away with the pole position, walked away with the fastest lap of the race, and walked away with the most laps led. I believe you almost got every point. You had one off track, it looks like, so going to barely miss out on that one. So all around, just an amazing night of racing.
Yeah, thanks. I've always been good at motorsports, like my home track away from home that I've never actually visited until tonight. So it was good.
Wait a minute. That I hate to use the reference. That was like one of the Jerry Springer 15 triangle things going on there. You're home away from home, but you've never been home until you came home tonight.
Yeah, I think it's a long story.
Well, I mean, you had me all sorts. Luckily, I'm able to follow along a little bit here. Sheldon, a great race for you here tonight. Get a cap off the season of the GT3 machines with a race win. Do you think you can carry any momentum from tonight into Laguna Seca next week, even though we're jumping into the LMP2s?
Unfortunately, I won't be available next week. I'm going to Road America in another series, but I'll be back in 2 weeks.
Nice. All right. Well, we wish you luck when you head down there to Road America. That's always a great race track as well. So we'll see how you go when we catch up back with you. I believe Akiyama may be the next race on the list after that, but we'll see how it all shakes down and pans out. Sheldon, before we let you go and celebrate your race-winning performance here tonight from the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, do you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, maybe thank anybody back home?
Yeah, I want to thank Western Grinding for sponsoring this series. It's a great series. I really like it. Thanks to Turn 3 Motorsports for broadcasting it. And yeah, thanks to my family for giving me the time to come in here and do this.
All right, my man. Well, again, congratulations on that race-winning performance here tonight in the Canadian Grand Prix. And as always, stay safe and keep it fast.
Thanks, Dave. You have a good one.
All right, there you have it. Final few words from the man that walked away with the top spot tonight from the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Sheldon Stingray will lead the most laps. He'll have the fastest lap, and he will walk away with the pole position in checkered flag in hand. Kevin Santana will do it all, and he will walk away with your season championship. We're going to see if we can catch up with Kevin next week when we hit the track at Laguna Seca before the LMP2 race kicks off, so stay tuned for that. Coming at you next week. What a night. What a race here. Man, the Canadian Grand Prix Championship race did not disappoint. Great racing action all race long. It sounds like producers hitting those buttons in the background. You know the sounds, you know. It's time for us to run down tonight's unofficial race results from the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Walking away with the checkered flag. Race win number 1 in his back pocket, the 29 of Sheldon Stingray. Ethan Wilson going to be the bridesmaid once again. The 49 will finish second for I don't know how many times this season. Wilson will finish in second. David Tamara right there, that 0-14 with a fine run, will finish in third, rounding out your podium drivers here tonight. Fourth place belongs to the 44 of Johan Wilson with French Red right there behind him. Bender in sixth. Jeff Spotswood going to slide home in seventh. The 113 of Paul Dillon walks away from the track tonight in eighth, with Dean Miller finishing in ninth. Timothy Lewis will round out your top 10 here from the Canadian Grand Prix, with a double O of Richard Vanderhave walking away in 11th. 12th place tonight to Andy James Schultz back in 13th. Mark Axelson, late race trouble in the 69, will finish in 14th. Finishing out the top 15, the 019 of Chris Llewellyn. Carl Burke made a charge through the field early, but had some trouble. The 094 will finish in 16th. The 666 of Kevin Santana finishes in 17th tonight, but walks away with the season hardware. Kevin Santana crowned the king in the GT3s here tonight. Frenchie finishes in 18th with Fast Freddy back in 19th. BC Vault and Charlie Mace will finish out the field here tonight. What a run, what a night, what a race here from the Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. If you haven't already, join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love and drop that thumbs up. Click subscribe and smash that bell over there on the right hand side to get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, David the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. Stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.